Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back. Okay everyone, in this video, in order to help you gain your financial freedom, we will discuss 6 financial tips for anyone to master their money. Our goal at Hustle and Power is to make you a millionaire. So as always, let's learn more, hustle on, and power through. But if you haven't already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the notification bell, as it will help out the channel a lot. Okay, let's get started. Angela is a 24-year-old just starting off her investing and savings for her retirement journey. Jake is 37 and not where he should be at this point in his life when it comes to investing for his retirement. It doesn't matter which of these people you most closely represent, because either way you can have significantly more money in 10 to 15 years from now if you start with the financial tips listed in this video. Let's start with Angela. Angela was raised in a financially intelligent family. Angela sits down at the beginning of each month to go over her monthly expenses. She makes a budget and always sticks to it. If Angela sees something that she wants to buy that will make her adjust her budget for the month, she waits 72 hours to reflect on the potential purchase. Many times after doing this, she realized that this was something that she really didn't want. But if after 72 hours she still wants to make this purchase, she will adjust her budget so that the purchase can be made. Angela has a 12-month emergency fund just in case she loses her main source of income. But this is not for last-minute wants. This is strictly for emergencies. Angela's friend needed minor surgery but had no health insurance. Her friend is now in debt for $250,000. Angela is lucky enough to have health insurance through her job, but she has now started to look around for other health insurance just in case she was laid off from her job and had to rely on her more passive sources of income for living expenses. Angela has already purchased 2 residential rental properties. She plans to purchase 2 more rental properties within the next 3 years. She writes down her goals, tracks her goals monthly, and uses her budget to reach these goals. Not only is Angela moving her money over to income generating assets, but she's also investing for her retirement. Angela doesn't want to retire at 70 and then be free to do what she wants to do, like travel the world. She wants to be able to do these things sooner in life while she still has the energy. Angela aggressively invests in stocks, index funds, ETFs, and real estate as her retirement portfolio. As of right now, this portfolio is earning a little over 14% per year of appreciation, dividends, and rents. Now to Jake. Unfortunately, most people can probably relate more to Jake than Angela. Jake never really thought about his retirement. He actually waited almost until it was too late. Jake has never really used budgets in his life. Jake carries a little credit card debt, and he tells his friends that he can live off his credit card for 6 months if he loses his job, so he has no actual emergency fund. Jake never really learned about taking care of his financial situation from his parents and family. In fact, the family's finances was a sore spot during his childhood for his parents to discuss in front of their children. When Jake graduated from college, he got a really nice paying job. He rented a very nice apartment downtown and purchased a very nice sports car. Jake eats out for almost all of his meals. Jake loves to party every weekend with his friends. Jake never really thought about saving money or investing for his future because he was enjoying life 100% right now. He doesn't really have any goals other than to make as much money as he can in his professional career and to move up the ladder with promotions. Okay, now to our list. Number 1, learn self-control. Before we even start, nothing else I will discuss in this video will even matter if you don't have self-control. So you either have self-control or you must learn self-control. People have also defined self-control as discipline, willpower, determination, and grit, just to name a few. The secret I use to gain self-control, yes, I once had little to no self-control, is to think how my immediate and better yet long-term future will be greatly improved by learning self-control today. Instead of buying Ralph Lauren and Lacoste clothing, I now buy more generic clothing than designer clothing. Instead of spending what I was per month on this mobile game that I'm playing, I cut the costs per month by a quarter of what I once spent. I accomplished this all by using a budget to plan ahead of each month as to what my money will be spent on and where. Now this is so much fun that I always try to beat my budget so I can invest the amount that I saved each month. This is on top of what I'm already investing each month anyway. I now treat making money as a game. I try to see how many sources of income I can create, and I try to decide if I save money in one place, where will I invest it? Will I put it in stocks? Will I put it in real estate, crypto, or starting a new business? It doesn't matter. It's fun. It's a game now. Once you start to see your investments start to make you money passively, I promise you will fall in love with this simple way to increase your wealth. Now, I am not a financial advisor. Always do your own research. This is for entertainment purposes only, as I am only sharing with you what has worked for me and is currently working for me. Okay, as you can see in the earlier example, Angela has a lot of self-control. Angela sits down at the beginning of each month to go over her monthly expenses. She makes a budget and always sticks to it. If Angela sees something that she wants to buy that will make her adjust her monthly budget, she waits 72 hours to reflect on this potential purchase. As you can see in Jake's example, that Jake has little to no self-control. Jake carries a little credit card debt, meaning he spends more than he currently brings in as income each month. Number 2, know where your money goes. Create a budget. We have discussed the zero-based budget, the 50-30-20 budget, and the values-based budget in our video, Using a Budget to Gain Your Financial Freedom. Please check out that video after this video. I will leave a link in the description below. But for this video, the main thing to remember when it comes to knowing where your money goes is that you should use a monthly budget. You cannot improve what you don't measure, so you must track where your money is going. Budgets aren't there so much to teach you about cutting spending as they are to teach you what's worth spending money on. Again, Angela sits down at the beginning of each month to go over her monthly expenses. She makes a budget and always sticks to it. But since Jake has credit card debt and doesn't really have any goals other than advancing his professional career, it would appear that he does not use a budget. Number 3, start an emergency fund. There are several guidelines to use when it comes to setting up your emergency fund. Many places say save up 3 to 6 months of living expenses as your emergency fund. Some say 6 to 12 months. Some say save up just $1,000 as your emergency fund and start investing right away into liquid or semi-liquid assets that could be quickly turned back into cash for your living expenses in the case of an emergency. Please do your own research and decide what's right for your situation. I personally set up a 12-month emergency fund. I did this because it would really hurt me if I had to sell my stocks or crypto during a downturn in the market and sell my assets at a loss. Since we have such low interest rates right now, my 12-month emergency fund is split 1/2 into a money market account and 1/2 into a 6-month auto-renewing CD, both paying a little better interest rates than my checking and savings accounts. As you saw, Angela has a 12-month emergency fund just in case she loses her main source of income. But Jake tells his friends that he can live off his credit card for 6 months if he loses his job. What this means is that he does not have an actual emergency fund. If Jake were to lose his job, he would actually have to go further into debt, therefore pushing him further and further away from his financial independence. Number 4, guard your health. This may be the area least thought of by most people. Even Angela needed to see her friend owing $250,000 for a minor surgery to actually start to look for a backup healthcare plan just in case of a sudden loss of income. You never know when you will have to either have short-term or long-term healthcare needs. Healthcare expenses could literally bankrupt very wealthy people if they don't have health insurance. Think of what it could do to you. Hopefully you are able to get healthcare through your place of employment. But if you are a gig worker or own your own business, you may need to find health insurance in other places. Do your research and find what best fits your situation. If you owe hospitals $250,000, then this $250,000 is not going towards your financial future. Instead, it is going to people and businesses that are already financially secure. This $250,000 could turn into $1 million in 15 years or so if properly invested. Number 5, write down your goals. Whether or not you know it, humans are visual beings. We tend to remember things that we can visualize better than things that we cannot visualize. Writing down your goals will keep these goals at the forefront of your mind. What you need to do next is to hold yourself accountable to these goals that you start to write down. Writing down your goals will need to align with your budget. Looking at Angela's example, Angela has purchased 2 residential rental properties. She plans to purchase 2 more residential rental properties within the next 3 years. She writes down her goals, tracks her goals monthly, and uses her budget to reach these goals. Yes, some goals like going to the gym or to eat better, of course, do not need to be included in your budget. But here on this channel, we are focusing on your financial goals. So if you want to start investing $1,000 per month into the stock market, purchase a rental property, or start any other type of investment, to make sure you are able to reach these goals, you should use a budget. These 2 things will go hand in hand. Number 6, start saving for your retirement. I know, you have forever to plan for your retirement. But no, you don't. Also, have you ever heard of compound interest? Let me give you some examples. Let's say you wanted to retire at the age of 55. Example number 1, you start saving for your retirement at the age of 45. You invest $1,000 per month into the market, which averaged a modest 7% growth year over year. You would have invested $120,000 and had gains in the amount of $54,000 for a total of $174,000 over those 10 years of investing. Example number 2, you start saving for your retirement at the age of 25, adding 20 years of investing and compounding interest. You invest the same $1,000 per month into the market, which averaged the same modest 7% growth year over year. You would have invested $360,000 and had gains in the amount of $867,000 for a total of $1,227,000 over those 30 years of investing. Example number 3, This one should really open your eyes. Let's use a little information from examples 1 and 2. Let's say you start saving for retirement at the age of 25, but you only contribute for the first 10 years. That gives you the same $174,000. Now in both examples, each person only invests $120,000. But in this new example, the $174,000 sits accruing compound interest for an additional 20 years. During the additional 20 years, this $174,000 would see gains in the amount of $528,000 for a total of $702,000. So it doesn't matter which example you look at, starting late is always worse than starting to save for retirement earlier in life. The same $120,000 invested in examples 1 and 3 are worth more in example 3, where the funds were allowed to collect compound interest over an additional 20 years. I know your 20s is a time to have fun, but it's also the best time in your life to start planning for your retirement. A good way to do this is to automate your retirement savings. If you send money from each paycheck directly into your investments, you will never miss these funds, as they will never actually hit your checking account. Again, a budget will help you do this. So in summary, the 6 financial tips for anyone to master their money. Number 1, learn self-control. Number 2, know where your money goes. Create a budget. Number 3, start an emergency fund. Number 4, guard your health. Number 5, write down your goals. And number 6, start saving for retirement. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out the links below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the notification bell, as it will help out this channel a lot. Check out one or both of the videos listed here on this page. And as always, learn more, hustle on, and power through. Thank you, and see you all in just a few minutes.